Hey guys, how many of you heard of the Ohio State Reformatory? If you haven't, it is once a prison where it held over 2,200 inmates, which is a lot because the reformatory is not as big compared to most of the reformatory or prisons that we call it today. And unfortunately, lots of tragedy and outcries had occurred throughout its history. Construction for the Ohio Reformatory began in 1886 and it was completed and opened in 1910. When it first opened, 120 inmates were housed, and by the 1978, over 2,200 inmates were housed. Now that is a lot considering the size of the reformatory behind me, because it's not very big, because the reformatory got so crowded that outcries had broken out as early as 1933. An investigation was launched in 1978, and they condemned the overcrowding and conditions of the reformatory, as conditions were so horrendous that life there is unbearable. Now, naturally, we will say, well, it's prison. What do you expect? Well, unfortunately, because of these horrible conditions, it violated the basic rights of the inmates. After all, they are still human. And eventually, in 1986, the decision was made after a lawsuit was filed to close down the reformatory to improve conditions. By 1910, the last of the staff and inmate left, and it remained empty and abandoned. Today, it runs as a tourist destination. The reformatory is rumored to be haunted, and they were right, as many tragedies had occurred. The inmates were so tormented by the conditions and treatment they received, they went as far as unaliving themselves and even going insane and succumbing to their own personal demons, as many of them were sentenced to 30 days of solitary confinement. However, only 20 rooms were available, and 90% or 100% of the time, better yet, over 2 inmates were crammed into each of the room, and even though they had each other for company, it didn't make it any better, and many of the inmates had suffered tragedies. There was also a story of a woman who was married to a Warren, who is said to have been accidentally unalived while she was putting her stuff away. Some say it was an accident, but others said that it was foul play, possibly by her husband from a potential affair. Nonetheless, these hauntings were tied to the tragedy that occurred to the refinery, which also contributed to its closure. Today, many visitors and ghost hunters had said to have made contact with the spirits of those who had passed within the reformatory, and many had said that whenever they took photos, they had seen orbs appearing on their photos, which many might think that it was due to glares from dust particles, but others have said that it was that of the spirits of the inmates and the women who died in the reformatory. And one ghost hunter had said that their team had made contact with the spirit of the woman who tragically passed within the reformatory. Ohio State Reformatory is indeed one of the most haunted places on earth. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and comment your favorite ghost stories, and give me your suggestions on which ghost stories, haunted places, or legends that I should talk about next. And until next time, stay classy, and I'll see you all in the next video.